All right, so I just got this B44.3 in the mail. Let's cut it open and see what you get inside the box. You can see it's got the seal on it from the factory. And usually Associated has a couple of seals on these things. I guess not, just this one on the front. Okay, cool. So, broke the seal. And obviously you can see that it has the paint, Stephen Hartson's paint job. Stephen won the 2013 IFMAR Worlds in 10 scale 4-wheel with a prototype version of this car. And so first thing you get are the, looks like the carbon fiber top plates. And these are different from the B44.2. I don't know that the shock towers are any different, but I do know that the pieces for the top deck are definitely different. Looks like it comes with genuine Associated oils. This is 5,000 and 6, yeah, so it's 5,000 is what's gonna go in the front and rear diffs, and 60,000 for the center diff. And you can see here, there are actually the diff case pieces, the spur gear, stuff like that. And it looks like the outdrives to build the gear diffs. Associated sends you the shock parts here, and you can see that they're still sending molded pistons off the tree. It'd be nice if they'd send the machine pistons, since that's what all the factory guys run, but either way, these pistons will get the job done. Here are the rest of the pieces, the shock caps, things like that. I'm pretty stoked about this. It actually comes with my favorite, pretty much my favorite body ever, and that's the J Concepts finisher body. So this is the finisher pretty much for every platform is pretty much my favorite body. So pretty cool that it actually comes with a genuine J Concepts body. Here's the wing. Looks like there's a little packing slip, so we know who packed it and what's in there. Bag for the shock parts, and then it looks like some 35 weight oil. Just so you know, very few people actually put 35 in the rear of this buggy. Most people put 30 in the back, which is no big deal. But, you know, maybe, hey, Associated, if you're watching, send us some 30, right? Some white wheels. You can see that the B44 actually uses a smaller hex. It uses a 10 millimeter hex in the front wheel as opposed to a 12 millimeter hex in the rear wheel. And the rest of it, here are the battery trays and plastics so that you can run, it looks like saddles or a shorty. The cool new motor mount. This is something that I really think they did that is really cool in this car, is they actually created an 8-scale style sliding motor mount. While it might be a little bit trickier to actually set the mesh or fine-tune the mesh, you know, as opposed to like a cam style mount, I still just like this kind of mount better. I think it's more friendly. And there's a lot of little bags, there's steering blocks, looks like screws and parts for the rear arm mounts, just some more plastics. This is the diff cover. Then of course the rear arms and rear plate, front arms, bumper. Let's see what else we got in here. Man, this thing's got a lot of bags. Diff cases, more bits and pieces. Looks like this is the centerpiece that actually splits the saddles and stuff like that. Here are the actual metal diff gears that go in the diff. So that's actually really kind of cool that they're all metal and stuff like that. You know, I know that there are cars out there on the market that use plastic gears, but this isn't one of them. And let's see, just more bearings. Here's the whole package for your CVAs. Obviously, they do a pretty good job of breaking this stuff up into packages. But man, you end up with a lot of plastic bags when you build one of these Associated cars. The blue turnbuckles, which I'm actually a fan of the turnbuckles. You can see here that it actually has low friction ball cups. The Associated sends it with their newest low friction ball cups. But I can tell you from experience, almost every B5 that I've seen built so far has been built with B5 ball studs and B5 ball cups. So I probably won't do that. I'll probably just go ahead and assemble it right out of the box with the stuff that it comes with. But in the future, if you're building one or if you're worried about durability, it's definitely worth looking into the whole B5 ball stud ball cup conversion. I think it's a good idea. It comes with some tools, and you can hear Facebook keeps going off. I forgot to mute the speakers on my stupid computer. It comes with some tools, but of course, no one's building your car with these. But it is nice to have this simple little camber gauge, you know, the 1 and 2 degree thing. Kit for the sway bars. We're getting down to the end here. Factory team hubs, which are pretty cool. Be nice if it came with some like one of the bummers about a lot of these kits is that they don't come with all the stuff that the pros run, right? They really give you half. It's kind of like they give you half the story, right? So it comes with these really nice aluminum hubs. You can see it has these really nice aluminum hexes, but it doesn't come with the actual carbon pieces that the pros tend to run. I was going to save the chassis for last, but since it fell over and it's here, this is the new aluminum chassis that Associated's developed. And it's, I actually ran an Avid chassis on one of these cars before, and on the really high bite surface, I felt like it made the car better. But when traction was a little bit lower, I didn't think it was better. So either way, this is the aluminum chassis, and it seems like more and more these days we're racing on surfaces that have more traction and are groomed much better than in the past. So the last few pieces, steering servo horn, screws. Here are these are actually the ends of the central drive shafts that the pinion goes on for in the diff. Some more screws. This looks like it's this is new. This is actually the floating servo mount. This thing's pretty cool. So there have been some changes in this car. Here's the manual and obviously the antenna tube and some stickers, and that's that. So when you buy a B44.3 from Team Associated, this is what you get. All right, let's get building. Hey, by the way, before you leave, I just want to say thanks again for watching my videos. I only make these videos so that we can have fun together. By the way, you'd be doing me a big favor if you could either comment, like, or even better, subscribe to my channel. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.